Imagine a secret buried for years, suddenly clawing its way to the surface, threatening to shatter a multi-million-dollar image. The internet is absolutely melting down right now. Word on the street is that a video Meghan Markle's legal team allegedly paid millions to suppress has just leaked across Reddit, TikTok, and X. The British royal family is back in full-blown crisis mode. And this time, it's not just about protocol or broken tiaras. We're talking about a wild past that Meghan might have never mentioned to Harry. Or perhaps a past Harry chose to ignore. Asterisk, let's dive into the footage. It's shaky, it's grainy, and it's from the summer of 2016 on a luxury yacht in the Mediterranean. In the center of it all, a woman who looks, let's be honest, exactly like Meghan, appearing very comfortable with an older, high-net-worth businessman. Internet sleuths are losing their minds. They've spotted that gold Cartier love bracelet on her wrist, the same one Meghan has been photographed in 1,000 times the body language. It's identical. The signature head tilt when she laughs, the way she nervously touches her hair. Digital detectives are screaming that this isn't just a look-alike. Is this the smoking gun for the yacht girl rumors that have been whispered about in the dark corners of the web for years? Remember Meghan's famous claim that she didn't know anything about the royals, that she never even Googled Harry? Please, who actually buys that in the digital age? The narrative shifting online right now is that Meghan was the ultimate strategist. We're talking about her Soho House connections via Marcus Anderson and those persistent rumors of a vision board featuring Prince Harry long before they ever met. She didn't just happen to meet a prince. She positioned herself in the exact orbit to catch one. The big question everyone is asking: was Harry the grand prize in a long-game social climb? Behind the palace walls, the tension must be suffocating. King Charles is fighting his own health battles, and now he's hit with this PR nightmare. And then there's Prince William. Reports are resurfacing that he warned Harry from day one not to rush into this. Was this exactly what William feared? That Meghan's past was a ticking time bomb for the monarchy. The palace is maintaining a dignified silence, but in the court of public opinion, silence is often deafening. They are trapped. Defending her means getting dragged into the mud, but staying quiet lets the Sussex brand bleed out in real time. This isn't just about feelings. It's about the bottom line. The Sussexes built their post-royal empire on being victims of the system and champions of justice. But what happens when that brand crashes into a video of her allegedly participating in the very elite circles she now criticizes? Netflix and Spotify have already shown signs of cold feet. Corporate giants hate reputational risk. If more clips or witnesses from those yacht days start coming forward, we might be looking at a financial collapse far more dramatic than Megxit itself. And here is the twist that's sending chills down everyone's spine: the alleged Prince Andrew connection. Rumor threads are buzzing with claims that Meghan might have been in Andrew's proximity years before Harry ever entered the picture. Given Andrew's toxic associations, even a hint of a link is nuclear for Meghan's reputation. Is this why her legal team is reportedly in a total panic? What is the one thing they are terrified will come out next? Before the luxury yachts and the royal titles, there was the briefcase. Meghan has spent years distancing herself from her time as a model on Deal or No Deal, describing it as an experience where she was objectified and reduced to just her looks. But the gossip mills are turning that story on its head. Was she really a victim of the industry, or was she using those early gigs as a stepping stone into the ultra-wealthy circles she now claims to despise? Former colleagues have hinted at a version of Meghan who was much more comfortable in those high-stakes environments than she lets on. The disconnect between the empowered activist and the briefcase girl looking for a way up is becoming the centerpiece of the internet's scrutiny, and we can't ignore the "I told you so" echoing from the Markle family. Samantha Markle, Meghan's half-sister, has been sounding the alarm for years, calling Meghan a calculated social climber, while the public largely dismissed Samantha as bitter or jealous. These new rumors are giving her old accusations a terrifying second life. If this video is the real deal, it paints a picture of a woman who spent a decade carefully curating her image, cutting off anyone including her own family who didn't fit the royal narrative. Is Samantha finally getting her vindication, or is she just another piece in a much larger, darker puzzle? The irony of it all? The harder the legal teams push to scrub this footage from the internet, the faster it spreads. It's the classic Streisand effect. Every takedown notice is like pouring gasoline on a wildfire. People who didn't care about royal gossip yesterday are now frame-by-frame experts on 2016 Mediterranean yacht parties, every mirror site, every encrypted chat room, and every private thread is buzzing. The digital footprint is permanent, and for someone who built their entire life on a perfectly polished image, the internet's long memory might be the one thing she can't outrun. So, what's next on the horizon? Rumors are swirling that this video is just the tip of the iceberg, the first crack in a dam that's about to burst. We're hearing whispers of more photos, more witnesses, and perhaps even flight logs that could place Meghan in rooms she's never admitted to being in. As the Sussexes prepare for their next big public charity appearance. The question isn't if they'll be asked about this, but how they'll survive the fallout. The cameras are waiting, the microphones are ready, and for the first time, the narrative is completely out of their control. Let's look at the math, because the internet certainly is. During her Suits days, Meghan was making good money, around $50,000 an episode. Comfortable. Absolutely. But was it private jet and five-star Mediterranean villa money? Critics are digging through her old TikTok blog posts and archived Instagram photos from 2014 to 2016. They see a lifestyle that looks like it belongs to an A-list movie star, not a cable TV actress. The designer labels, the business class flights to exotic locales, the constant presence at elite, high roller events. People are asking, who was footing the bill? While supporters say it was all brand partnerships and hard-earned perks, the skeptics are pointing back to that yacht footage, wondering if there was a secret benefactor behind the scenes. And then there's the story of how Harry and Meghan actually met. The official version? A blind date set up by a mutual friend in July 2016. But wait, the timeline of this yacht video is also July 2016. If Meghan was indeed on that boat just weeks, or even days, before meeting the prince, it changes everything. Was the mutual friend just a convenient cover story to sanitize a much more Hollywood introduction? Gossip channels are theorizing that the meeting was less about destiny and more about a high-stakes networking move. If Harry found out the timing was this tight, would he see it as a fairy tale or a setup? Now, let's go to the dark side of the rumor mill. The name Virginia Giuffre, the key figure in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, is being dragged back into the conversation. Why? Because reports are resurfacing that her legal team once considered calling Meghan as a witness, claiming she had been around Prince Andrew in those elite circles years ago. The palace has dismissed this as baseless nonsense, but the internet isn't letting go. They're asking why the mainstream media is so quiet about a potential link between the Duchess and the royal family's most disgraced member. Is it a lack of evidence, or is it a protection circle that even the Sussexes are still benefiting from? Let's talk about that dance in the video, again the one that's currently being played in slow motion in every drama channel. The way the woman in the clip interacts with the older man. It's not networking. It's familiar. It's intimate. Commentators are pointing out that she doesn't look like a nervous actress trying to make it. She looks like someone who belongs there, someone who knows the rules of the game. For a woman who now preaches about the toxic nature of the elite and the objectification of women, these frames are a PR nightmare. It's a visual contradiction that no amount of Oprah interviews can easily erase. Inside the Montecito mansion, you have to wonder if the us against the world mentality is starting to fracture. Harry has always been Meghan's fiercest protector. But even the most loyal soldier starts to question things when the noise becomes this specific. Is he seeing these videos and asking questions he never dared to ask before? Or is he doubling down, convinced that this is just another racist hit job by the British press? The pressure is reaching a boiling point, and with more rumors of additional footage waiting in the wings, this story is moving from a tabloid headline to a full-blown survival battle for the Sussex brand. Let's get into the forensic details, because this is where the internet detectives are truly earning their stripes. It's not just about a blurry face anymore. It's about the identity in the details. People are zooming in on a specific gold Cartier love bracelet and a very distinctive ring seen in the footage. They've cross-referenced these with Meghan's own Instagram posts from that exact period in 2016, the match. Some say it's 100%. Jewelry is like a fingerprint in the world of high-end gossip. If those pieces belong to her, the mistaken identity defense from her legal team starts to look less like a shield and more like a sieve. Is it possible to have the exact same taste in the exact same year at the exact same type of party? The odds are astronomical. Meghan has spent the last few years rebranding herself as the ultimate girl boss and a champion for women's liberation. But these yacht rumors are creating a massive friction point with that image. Critics are pointing out the irony. How can you be a symbol of feminist empowerment while allegedly participating in yacht culture, a world often criticized for treating women as ornamental accessories for the ultra-rich? The comment sections are ruthless. They're calling it the ultimate hypocrisy. If she was playing the game she now condemns, does that make her a victim of the system or a master of it? This isn't just a gossip story anymore. It's a full-on debate about her credibility as a global leader. And don't think for a second that the rest of the royal family is just sitting back with their tea. Rumor has it that Queen Camilla is behind the scenes, playing a very calculated game of chess, while Harry and Meghan are trying to navigate peace talks with King Charles. Camilla is reportedly the one whispering about brand protection. She knows better than anyone how a scandal can stain the monarchy for decades. Is she the one advising the king to keep his distance until the yacht storm blows over? If Camilla is indeed strategizing against them, it's a battle of the PR titans, and right now, the Sussexes are the ones taking all the hits. The most terrifying part for the Montecito camp. The whispers that this video is only part one. In the age of smartphones and cloud storage, nothing stays hidden forever. Drama channels are buzzing with the possibility of the archives, a collection of photos and messages from Meghan's pre-royal social circle that could be leaked at any moment, whether it's disgruntled former friends or people looking for a massive payday. The threat is real. The internet isn't just waiting for an explanation. It's waiting for the next drop. The suspense is building, And every time Meghan's team stays silent, the party theories only grow louder and more damaging. Just when you thought the news cycle couldn't get more surreal, high-profile intellectuals are stepping into the ring. Word is spreading like wildfire that Jordan Peterson has recently spotlighted a previously unexamined chapter of Meghan's past, this time linked to exclusive circles in Dubai. Peterson isn't just talking about gossip. He's reframing the entire narrative around credibility stress tests. He's questioning the consistency of the stories we've been told versus the timelines that are now emerging. When figures like Peterson start dissecting your public claims, it moves the conversation from the tabloid racks to a much more serious arena of public trust and reputational risk. Harry is reportedly in a total panic, as the margin for ambiguity around their history is shrinking by the hour. And if Peterson wasn't enough, the Joe Rogan effect has officially entered the chat. In a recent episode that sent shockwaves through the digital world, Rogan reportedly brought up the speculation surrounding those yacht photos, and the room went dead quiet. When Rogan asks a question, millions of people start looking for the answer. January 2026 was supposed to be a fresh start for the Sussexes, a new year, a new brand, but instead, the past is collapsing on them like a house of cards in a hurricane. Lawyers are allegedly making emergency phone calls as we speak, trying to contain a fire that even the best PR management can't seem to. The focus is shifting from the Mediterranean to the Gulf. Rumors are swirling about the Dubai secret, alleged high-profile appearances and associations in the Middle East that predate her royal life. What happened in Dubai? Why is the timing of these trips suddenly under such intense scrutiny? Commentators are connecting dots between her luxury lifestyle as a cable TV actress and the powerful circles she was allegedly moving in across the globe. It's no longer just about one yacht video. It's about a global pattern of networking that the palace reportedly fought desperately to keep under wraps for years. But perhaps the most explosive claim yet involves none other than Sarah Ferguson. Whisperings from royal insiders suggest that Fergie might have dropped a bombshell within her own circles regarding Meghan's past connections to Prince Andrew's infamous yacht gatherings. The rumor that Meghan wasn't just a guest, but someone Andrew had known much earlier than anyone ever admitted. If Fergie is indeed pulling back the curtain, it's a betrayal from within the extended family that Harry and Meghan never saw coming. This isn't just internet chatter anymore. It's starting to look like an internal collapse of the secrets that held the Sussex narrative together. Amidst all this, Meghan has been trying to launch her new lifestyle brand as ever, but the timing couldn't be worse. While she's posting about cupcakes and Rose, the internet is posting about receipts and yacht logs. Experts are calling the rebranding effort a credibility test that she might be failing. How do you sell a lifestyle of domestic bliss and empowerment when the world is obsessed with the yacht girl files? Her social media silence, interrupted only by promotional posts, is being decoded by PR gurus as a sign that she's regrouping, or, as some harsher critics put it, that her brand is cooked. The stove is on, the heat is rising, and the world is waiting to see if she can survive the burn. If you thought the Mediterranean yacht footage was the end of it, think again. The focus has shifted abruptly to the Gulf, specifically Dubai. High-profile voices, including Jordan Peterson, have reportedly begun shining a light on a previously unexamined chapter of Meghan's pre-royal life in the Emirates. We're talking about high-stakes appearances and elite networking events that have the internet in a total meltdown. Why is this timing so critical? Because it's triggering a credibility stress test that the Sussex brand simply wasn't prepared for. While Meghan is trying to pivot into a global lifestyle mogul, the digital world is busy cross-referencing her old flight logs and event photos. Prince Harry is said to be in a total panic as the ambiguity around their carefully crafted history starts to evaporate under the desert sun. But wait, the drama inside the palace just took a much darker turn. Newly leaked emails linked to the Jeffrey Epstein files have reportedly dragged Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie into the headlines. For Harry, this is a gut punch. These are the only two royals who haven't blocked his number. But here's the gossip-worthy twist. Meghan is reportedly drawing a hard line. Insiders say she's issued a strict demand for Harry to keep his head down and stay away from the York family to avoid guilt by association. It's a battle of loyalty versus brand management. Harry wants to support his cousins, but Meghan is looking at the spreadsheets, terrified that the toxic Epstein name will touch their American empire. Is the brand more important than family blood? And let's not forget the Hollywood side of this nightmare. Meghan and Harry reportedly had a massive photogate spat with the Kardashians. After a high-profile gathering, photos were posted and then mysteriously deleted, leading to a public narrative war. The lesson: you don't cross the Kardashian PR machine and expect silence. This spat has exposed just how fragile the Sussex brand really is when they lose control of the camera. While they're trying to act like a list royalty, Hollywood is treating them like just another tabloid headline. From billionaire expectations to the reality of unsold stock on her as ever website, the girl boss image is facing its most brutal winter yet. The word coming out of Montecito right now: full meltdown. With the loss of top publicists and A-list pals like the Obamas and the Clooneys reportedly distancing themselves, the walls are closing in. Meghan is said to be terrified of a forced return to the UK, seeing her curated California life falling apart frame by frame. Every move she makes now feels reactive rather than strategic. Whether it's reaching out to her estranged father or trying to ignore the yacht girl labels, the narrative is no longer hers to write. The internet has taken the pen, and it's writing a story she never wanted the world to read. Just when you thought the heat couldn't get any higher, a new name has entered the conversation, and it's a big one. Jordan Peterson has reportedly spotlighted a previously unexamined Dubai chapter of Meghan's pre-royal life. We're talking about alleged yacht tour in the Gulf that have triggered a massive credibility stress test for the Sussex brand. Peterson isn't just dealing in gossip. He's questioning the very foundation of the narrative we've been sold for years. Insiders say Prince Harry is going nuts over these revelations, as the margin for ambiguity around their past is shrinking by the second. When a figure with Peterson's reach starts connecting the dots, the world stops to listen. But wait, the plot thickens. Reports are swirling that a Saudi prince has stepped forward, claiming to have evidence of paid yacht nights involving the Duchess from years ago. If these documents are real, it's not just a PR disaster, it's a total narrative collapse. Commentators are calling it an explosive revelation that could change everything we know about her rise to fame. Was she really the struggling cable actress she claimed to be? Or was there a high-stakes, high-priced lifestyle hidden behind the scenes? The timing of this disclosure is suspicious, but in the world of royal intrigue, timing is everything. Is this a calculated hijab? Or is the truth finally catching up to the Duchess? Inside the palace, the hardened stance is becoming official. Princess and the legendary royal who doesn't pull her punches has reportedly delivered what some are calling the final blow, as the public commentary intensifies, and is said to be the one leading the charge to tighten the boundaries between the monarchy and the Sussexes. She's reportedly making it clear that loyalty to the crown has limits. And those limits have been reached. Harry is said to be in a spiral, feeling the walls of his former home closing in as his own family effectively shuts down any hope of a quick return to the royal fold. This might be the darkest chapter yet. New leaked emails from the Jeffrey Epstein files are allegedly dragging Prince Andrew back into the spotlight, but this time there's a Meghan-shaped shadow. Rumors are buzzing that Meghan was allegedly Andrew's first client during those infamous yacht days. While these claims are based on speculation and entertainment narratives, the fact that they are even being discussed is nuclear for the Sussex brand. Meghan has reportedly issued a strict ultimatum to Harry: stay away from Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. She's terrified of guilt by association. But can Harry really turn his back on the only family members who still speak to him? Or will the brand's survival win out over blood? Even King Charles' attempts at an olive branch are hitting a brick wall. The king reportedly offered Harry and Meghan a stay at Balmoral Castle this summer, a huge gesture of forgiveness. But Prince William, he's reportedly having none of it. William is said to be showing no mercy, blocking the offer and telling his father it's too much, too soon. The rift between the brothers hasn't just widened, it's become a canyon. With Meghan's past being dragged through the mud and William standing guard over the family's reputation, the chances of a royal reunion are looking slimmer than ever. The heir to the throne is sending a clear message: you can't come back until the ghosts of the past are laid to rest. Asterisk, just when the yacht rumors seem to reach their peak. A massive new wave of scrutiny has arrived, and this time, it's intellectual. Jordan Peterson has reportedly entered the fray, spotlighting a previously unexamined Dubai chapter in Meghan's pre-royal history. We're not just talking about social media chatter. Peterson is analyzing her narrative consistency and the credibility stress tests her public image is currently failing. Insiders say Prince Harry is in a total panic as these high-profile dissections move the conversation from tabloid gossip to serious questions about public trust. If a man like Peterson is looking at the receipts, the world isn't just watching, it's judging. While Meghan tries to pivot back to lifestyle with her brand as ever, the rollout has been anything but smooth. After being forced to drop the American Riviera Orchard name, her new venture is already hitting a legal brick wall. Reports are surfacing that she's been banned from selling clothing under the as ever name because it's too similar to a budget Chinese retailer, and it's not just legal trouble. It's a design nightmare. Fans are savaging her latest Valentine's Day promos for being amateurish, pointing out off-center text and awkward product placement. People are asking, how can someone aiming for Martha Stewart levels of perfection miss something as basic as graphic design? It's a humiliating climb down for a woman whose entire brand is built on a curated and flawless life. As if the yacht rumors weren't enough, the Jeffrey Epstein ghost is back to haunt the royal family. And this time, the shadow is falling near Meghan. New leaked files from 2026 are reportedly sparking fresh backlash. And while no direct evidence links Meghan to wrongdoing, the proximity of these circles is causing a total meltdown in Montecito. Meghan has reportedly issued a strict ultimatum to Harry: distance yourself from Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie immediately. She's terrified that any guilt by association with the York family will be the final nail in their American brand's coffin. But for Harry, cutting off the only cousins who have stayed loyal to him might be a bridge too far. Is it brand preservation, or is it a desperate attempt to outrun the ghosts of the past? In a move that many are calling delusional. Meghan recently hopped on a viral social media trend titled 2026 is the new 2016, sharing throwback videos of intimate moments with Harry. It was supposed to be a romantic clapback to the divorce rumors that dominated 2025. Instead, It backfired spectacularly. Social media users immediately began placing those clips side by side with her old suit scenes, and you guessed it, those grainy yacht photos from 2016. Every attempt to reclaim the narrative seems to only give her critics more ammunition. It's a PR feedback loop that the Sussexes can't seem to break. The harder they try to show they are happy and thriving, the more the internet digs into the year it all began. Inside the palace, Prince William is reportedly watching the drama with a cold, firm eye. As rumors of a yacht baby extortion plot swirl through the gossip channels, William is said to be taking an institutional stance, no mercy, while King Charles might still have a soft spot for his disgraced son. William is reportedly blocking any attempt at a royal return until every single rumor is addressed with absolute transparency. The message from London is loud and clear. The crown isn't for sale, and the doors to Balmoral will remain firmly locked until the suit star can truly prove that the ghosts of 2016 are nothing more than shadows. Just when you thought the news cycle couldn't get more surreal, high-profile intellectuals are stepping into the ring. Word is spreading like wildfire that Jordan Peterson has recently spotlighted a previously unexamined chapter of Meghan's past, this time linked to rumored yacht tour in Dubai. Peterson isn't just talking about gossip. He's reframing the entire narrative around credibility stress tests. He's questioning the consistency of the stories we've been told versus the timelines that are now emerging. When figures like Peterson start dissecting your public claims, it moves the conversation from the tabloid racks to a much more serious arena of public trust and reputational risk. Harry is reportedly in a total panic, as the margin for ambiguity around their history is shrinking by the hour, while Meghan tries to pivot back to lifestyle with her brand as ever. The rollout has been anything but smooth. Reports have surfaced that she's been banned from selling clothing under the as ever name in the US. Why? Because the trademark office ruled it's too similar to a budget-friendly Chinese fashion retailer called a Sever. This isn't just a legal hiccup. It's a branding nightmare. How can you position yourself as a luxury tastemaker when your brand name is legally indistinguishable from a fast fashion outlet? Her legal team reportedly had to scramble to resubmit applications, omitting clothing entirely. It's a humiliating climb down for someone whose personal style is supposed to be her greatest asset. Every attempt to launch seems to hit a brick wall of lack of research, the very thing her critics have accused her of for years. Inside the palace, the hardened stance is becoming official. Princess and the royal family's no-nonsense soldier has reportedly delivered what insiders are calling the final blow, as the public commentary around the Dubai rumors intensifies, and is said to be the one leading the charge to tighten the boundaries. She's reportedly making it clear that loyalty to the crown is non-negotiable, and the constant cloud of controversy following the Sussexes has reached its limit. Harry is said to be going nuts as his sister-in-law and father's firm boundaries leave him feeling more isolated than ever. The message from London is loud and clear. You can't have the royal seal of approval while your past is being dismantled on the global stage. And here is the darkest twist yet. Rumors are swirling in the deep corners of the web about a massive $20 million extortion plot involving unseen footage from Meghan's yachting days. While there is no verified proof, the sheer volume of the chatter is enough to keep any PR team up at night. Commentators are theorizing that this is why the response from the Sussex camp has been so contained. They're terrified that a loud legal battle will trigger the Streisand effect and bring even more skeletons out of the closet. Is this why the Sussex brand feels like it's in a defensive crouch? The fear isn't just about what is out there, but what might be coming next. Asterisk, just when you thought the rumors couldn't get more explosive. A new bombshell has dropped that's sending shockwaves through both Montecito and London. Word is spreading of an alleged $20 million extortion plot involving what some are calling unseen yacht footage. But here's the kicker. The whisper is that Prince William himself has reportedly authorized the release of findings to neutralize these claims. The palace's stance? They're allegedly calling the bluff, with sources even suggesting the so-called yacht baby narrative is a complete fabrication designed to extract concessions from the crown. It's a high-stakes game of chicken. And for the first time, the palace seems ready to fight fire with fire, framing this not as a family spat, but as institutional self-protection against coercive tactics. And it's not just the tabloids digging into the past. Intellectual heavy hitter Jordan Peterson has reportedly stepped into the fray, spotlighting a previously unexamined Dubai chapter of Meghan's pre-royal life. We're talking about alleged high-profile appearances in the Gulf that are triggering a massive credibility stress test for the Duchess. Peterson isn't just gossiping. He's dissecting the narrative consistency of her public claims. Insiders say Harry is in a total panic as the conversation shifts from celebrity fluff to serious questions about transparency and reputational risk. When a figure with Peterson's reach starts looking at the timelines, the margin for ambiguity disappears, leaving the Sussexes exposed on a global stage. Meanwhile, Meghan's attempt at a lifestyle comeback with her brand as ever has hit a humiliating legal brick wall. In a fresh blow, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has reportedly blocked her from selling clothing under the name. Why? Because it's confusingly similar to an existing Chinese fast fashion retailer called Sever. Imagine trying to launch a luxury empire only to be told you're legally indistinguishable from a budget-friendly Shenzhen brand. Her legal team had to scramble to resubmit the application, omitting clothing entirely just to get the trademark approved. For a woman whose brand is built on being a curated tastemaker, being compared to a mass-market supply chain is more than just a headache, it's a branding catastrophe. Inside the Sussex household, the tension is reportedly at an all-time high, with the latest batch of Jeffrey Epstein files dragging names back into the mud. Meghan is said to be wary of guilt by association. She has reportedly issued a strict ultimatum to Harry: distance himself from the York family immediately. While Harry is reportedly reeling and wants to support his cousins, Beatrice and Eugenie, Meghan is focused on the spreadsheets. She knows that any proximity to the Epstein scandal, no matter how indirect, could be the final nail in the coffin for their American business dreams. It's a brutal choice: stay loyal to the only family members who still talk to him, or protect the brand at all costs. And finally, the whispers about the state of the marriage itself are getting louder. While Meghan glows on solo red carpets at events like the 15% Pledge Gala, Harry is notably absent. Royal commentators are describing him as a spare in his own marriage, suggesting that while Meghan is focused on Hollywood and her brand, Harry is pouring his energy into Invictus and looking for a way back to the UK. Friends are suggesting the marriage isn't all it seems, with their lives moving in increasingly different social circles. As 2026 unfolds, the united front they've presented to the world for years appears to be fracturing under the weight of mounting scandals, legal battles, and the relentless ghost of the year 2016. But wait, just as the critics were writing the obituary for her business ventures, Meghan Markle has pulled off a classic Hollywood pivot. Forget the trademark drama for a second, because the numbers are telling a very different story. Her brand, as ever, has officially gone into overdrive. We're talking about a Valentine's Day collection that didn't just sell, it vanished. Her collaboration with the high-end chocolatier Comparts reportedly sold out in less than an hour. The signature chocolate collection, featuring everything from dark chocolate with strawberry spread to milk chocolate with bee pollen, is being hailed by her fans as a love letter in chocolate. Even a rare, intimate home video of Meghan gifting a white chocolate bar to Harry while he worked in his office has gone viral, racked up millions of views, and served as a tactical everything is fine signal to the world. However, behind the scenes of those glossy Instagram clips, the separate lives narrative is reaching a fever pitch. While Meghan is laser-focused on the Hollywood scene and her brand's expansion into sparkling wines and bookmarks, friends of the couple are suggesting that the marriage isn't all it seems. Harry is reportedly growing weary of the Tinseltown schmoozing that Meghan thrives on. While she's networking at Sundance and film premieres, Harry is said to be pouring his soul into the Invictus Games and seeking more serious speaking engagements. The distance isn't just emotional, it's physical. With Harry desperate to spend more time in the UK and Meghan reportedly supportive but staying firmly in California, the couple is moving in increasingly different social circles. Is this a strategic divide-and-conquer approach to their business, or the slow, grinding sound of a mismatch in temperaments? And then there's the intellectual firestorm that won't go away. In early February 2026, the internet exploded after a video titled "Jordan Peterson Exposes Meghan's Dubai Yacht Secret" started racking up hundreds of thousands of views. This isn't your typical tabloid fodder. The conversation has shifted to a credibility stress test. Peterson is allegedly dissecting the psychological consistency of Meghan's public story, and the Dubai chapter is the new focal point of the investigation. Insiders claim Harry is in a total panic because this isn't just a rumor anymore. It's a high-level media analysis of their history. When the world's most famous clinical psychologist starts looking at your timelines, the "we didn't know" defense starts to look very thin. Back in London, the legal walls are closing in on Harry's quest for a royal return. His appeal over the downgrade of his police security detail is once again front and center in the High Court. The ruling has been consistent. He isn't being stripped of protection, but he's no longer entitled to the automatic, taxpayer-funded Level 1 security he had as a working royal. The Home Office is holding firm on a case-by-case basis, and Prince William is reportedly the one standing guard at the gate. As Harry relives past grievances in court, William is conspicuously putting hundreds of miles between them, focusing on AI and climate science in the West Country. The message from the future king is silent but deafening. The path back to the palace is blocked by a mountain of litigation and a refusal to explain or complain. And for the final twist of the week, Amit Scobie, often dubbed Meghan's mouthpiece, has finally broken his silence on his new book. But here's the shock: he's insisting it's a work of fiction and a completely separate universe from the Sussex's. Is Scobie trying to distance himself from the brand as the yacht rumors and Dubai secrets start to boil over? Or is this a clever way to tell truths through the lens of a novel without the threat of a royal libel suit? Either way, the timing is suspicious, as the Sussex brand faces its most brutal winter yet. Even their most loyal allies seem to be looking for an exit strategy or a way to rewrite the script. If you thought the pressure on the Sussexes was coming only from the UK, think again. The drama has gone global. Reports are emerging that a senior authority in Dubai has reportedly issued a formal directive that could effectively end Meghan's planned branding. activities and future presence in the Emirate. This isn't just a travel ban. It's being framed as a regulatory enforcement move. Dubai values discretion and sovereign control above all else. Insiders suggest that after an internal review of visa sponsorships and the reputational risk currently swirling around the Duchess, the authorities have decided to pull the plug. Meghan's dreams of a Gulf expansion for her brand seem to be evaporating faster than a desert mirage. The message is clear: if you bring the drama, you lose the invite. Meanwhile, back in the States, Meghan's Valentine's Day push for As Ever has collided with a wall of public outrage. The Valentine's Edit, a collaboration with Compart's chocolate, hit the shelves with a price tag that left fans gasping: $185. Sky News Australia called the price eye-watering. And the internet was even less kind. Critics are calling it tone-deaf for a woman who speaks about social justice to sell a gift bundle that costs more than many families' weekly grocery bills. Even her budget alternative, the $92 Sweetheart Bundle, is being savaged for what some call sloppy graphic design. People are asking, is this a luxury brand or a desperate cash grab to cover the rumored financial instability in Montecito? Asterisk, but wait, it gets even more humiliating. Word has leaked from the Netflix campus in Hollywood that the streaming giant's offices are reportedly being used as a storeroom for unsold As Ever products. Insider reports claim that two entire storage rooms at Netflix HQ are flooded with jam jars and goodies from her canceled show With Love, Meghan. The products have apparently been ghosted by audiences so thoroughly that the company is literally giving them away for free. One staffer reportedly walked out with 10 jars just to clear the space, while Meghan's team insists the inventory was moved to a warehouse long ago. The image of a duchess's luxury brand being handed out like unwanted office supplies is a PR nightmare they just can't shake. While the Sussexes battle the tabloids, the royal family is doing some serious house cleaning. In the dead of night, Prince Andrew has reportedly moved out of his royal mansion following the latest drop of Jeffrey Epstein files. These new documents are more than just old news. They allegedly show Andrew exchanging emails about a beautiful Russian woman and inviting Epstein to Buckingham Palace. The king is showing deep concern, and the message to the York family is clear: the protection of the crown has a limit. For Harry, this is a terrifying preview of what happens when you're no longer useful to the institution. As the ghosts of Andrew's past are finally being exorcised, everyone is looking at the Sussexes and wondering, who's next? And we have to talk about the Peterson effect. Jordan Peterson's recent analysis of what he calls the Dubai Yacht secret has reframed the entire conversation. This isn't about gossip anymore. It's a credibility stress test. Peterson is reportedly dissecting the narrative consistency of Meghan's public claims, and the internet is eating it up. Insiders say Prince Harry is reeling under the pressure. When a figure with Peterson's intellectual weight starts asking why the timelines don't match, the "we didn't know" defense falls apart. The margin for ambiguity is gone, and the Sussexes are finding out that in the age of digital forensic analysis, the past is never truly buried. Just when Meghan thought she'd neutralized her inner circle, her worst nightmare is reportedly coming to life. Word is out that Jessica Mulroney, once Meghan's absolute closest confidant and the woman who saw everything during the Toronto years, has been offered a staggering $1 million to write a tell-all memoir. We're talking about a woman who wasn't just a friend. She was the inner sanctum. She was there for the social climb, the early days of the Harry romance, and the secret maneuvers that led to the royal wedding. Insiders say Meghan quietly dreads this more than any tabloid headline because, while the palace stays silent, Jessica has nothing left to lose. The loyalty died years ago when Meghan reportedly detached following Jessica's public controversy. Now, that silence might be about to break in the form of a bestseller that could dismantle the Sussex narrative brick by brick. Over in London, Prince Harry has made a dramatic, solo return to the royal courts of justice. He's back for what experts are calling his last throw of the dice in the grueling 3-year battle over his UK police protection. Harry has admitted to feeling exhausted and overwhelmed by the litigation, but he's not backing down. His latest claim, that the removal of his security was a calculated move to force him back into establishment life by making his visits as an outsider potentially unsafe. He's told the press that of all his legal battles, this is the one that always mattered the most. But with the judges set to hand down a final ruling after Easter, the tension is unbearable. If he loses this, his bridge back to Britain might be burned for good, leaving him permanently exiled in the California hills. Back on the business front, Meghan's brand as ever is experiencing a wild mix of viral success and brutal mockery. Her Valentine's Day collaboration with the LA chocolatier comparse reportedly sold out in minutes. But the optics are causing a storm. Meghan released a self-filmed clip of a barefoot Prince Harry reaching for a white chocolate bar in his office to promote the collection. While fans called it loving, critics slammed it as contrived and cringe. Even the BBC has reportedly joined in on the mockery, hitting the business with a brutal new blow just as it tries to find its footing. It seems no matter how much honey and bee pollen she adds to the bars, she can't quite sweeten her relationship with the mainstream media, and while the Sussexes navigate their Hollywood drama, the royal family is undergoing a seismic shift. In the dead of night on February 3, 2026, the man formerly known as Prince Andrew finally vacated Royal Lodge. The move was described as deeply humiliating, happening under the cover of darkness to avoid the cameras. This expedited departure came after the latest release of 3 million pages of Epstein documents, which allegedly include photographs that show Andrew in uncompromising positions. He's been moved to Wood Farm on the Sandringham, a state of significant downsizing that signals his royal exile is now official and permanent. For the first time in 24 years, the 31-room mansion is empty, and the king's message is clear. The era of protection is over. The big question now hanging over Montecito: how does Meghan stop the Mulroney book? Reports suggest that legal warning shots are already being fired. But with Jessica reportedly ready to blow the lid off, a settlement might be the only way out. If this memoir hits the shelves, it won't just be about royal protocol. It will be about the real Meghan before the titles and the tiaras. From the Toronto sets to the private conversations about the future of the monarchy, Jessica knows the secrets that were never supposed to leave the inner sanctum. As we head into the spring of 2026, the Sussexes are facing a war on two fronts: a legal battle in London and a reputational bomb ticking away in Canada. Just when Meghan thought she'd neutralized her inner circle, her worst nightmare is reportedly coming to life. Word is out that Jessica Mulroney, once Meghan's absolute closest confidant and the woman who saw everything during the Toronto years, has been offered a staggering $1 million to write a tell-all memoir. We're talking about a woman who wasn't just a friend. She was the inner sanctum. She was there for the social climb, the early days of the Harry romance, and the secret maneuvers that led to the royal wedding. Insiders say Meghan quietly dreads this more than any tabloid headline because, while the palace stays silent, Jessica has nothing left to lose. The loyalty died years ago when Meghan reportedly detached following Jessica's public controversy. Now, that silence might be about to break in the form of a bestseller that could dismantle the Sussex narrative brick by brick. The pressure isn't just coming from the West. The drama has gone global. And the latest reports are coming straight from the Gulf. Rumors are swirling that a senior authority in Dubai has reportedly issued a formal directive that could effectively end Meghan's planned branding activities in the Emirate. This is being framed as a regulatory enforcement move, underscoring Dubai's emphasis on discretion and sovereign control. Analysts suggest that after a review of the reputational risk currently swirling around the Duchess, the authorities have decided to pull the plug. Meghan's dreams of a Gulf expansion for her brand seem to be evaporating faster than a desert mirage. The message is clear. If you bring the drama, you lose the invite. Back on the business front, Meghan's brand as ever is hitting a wall of public outrage. Her Valentine's Day signature chocolate collection, a collaboration with LA Chocolatier, comparts hit the shelves with an eye-watering price tag of $185. Critics are calling it tone-deaf for a woman who speaks about social justice to sell a gift bundle that costs more than many families' weekly grocery bills. Even her budget alternative, the $92 bundle, is being savaged for what some call amateurish design and contrived marketing. It seems no matter how much bee pollen she adds to the bars, she can't quite sweeten her relationship with a public that is increasingly tired of the luxury labels. While the Sussexes navigate their Hollywood drama, the royal family is undergoing a seismic shift in the dead of night on February 3, 2026. The man formerly known as Prince Andrew finally vacated Royal Lodge. The move was described as deeply humiliating, happening under the cover of darkness to avoid the cameras. This expedited departure came after the latest release of 3 million pages of Epstein documents, which allegedly include photographs that show Andrew in uncompromising positions. He's been moved to Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate, a significant downsizing that signals his royal exile is now official and permanent. For the first time in 24 years, the 31-room mansion is empty, and the king's message is clear. The era of protection is over, and we have to talk about the Peterson effect. Jordan Peterson's recent analysis of what he calls the Dubai Yacht secret has reframed the entire conversation. This isn't about gossip anymore. It's a credibility stress test on a global stage. Peterson is reportedly dissecting the psychological consistency of Meghan's public claims. And the internet is eating it up. Insiders say Prince Harry is reeling under the pressure when a figure with Peterson's intellectual weight starts asking why the timelines don't match. The "we didn't know" defense falls apart. The margin for ambiguity is gone, and the Sussexes are finding out that in the age of digital forensic analysis, the past is never truly buried. The truth about 2016 isn't just coming out, it's exploding. While the Sussexes fight to keep the past buried, the internet is already digging for the next piece of the puzzle. But what do you think? Is this just a coordinated hit job? Or is the reality of the yacht girl past finally catching up with the Duchess? Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We are tracking every single update on the Dubai secret and the Jordan Peterson analysis as they happen. You don't want to miss the next drop, because trust me, this is just the beginning. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe the mutual friend story? Or is the timeline too perfect to be true? I'll be reading and replying to the most interesting theories. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next deep dive. As always, the truth is never as simple as it looks.